Today, I am taking everything you love and stuffing it all into one project. We are going to make something awesome that's also really cute and useful, the perfect gift. It will also be really quick, really easy to make, and a lot of fun. Guys, this one is going to be good, right? Let's do it. So let's go ahead and take a 6 by 10 inch batting rectangle and some scraps, of course. Let's find some scraps, okay? And you want to start from small to bigger, okay? This is important because we want the pieces that we add next to be able to cover the ones we've already sewn. This is going to be a teeny tiny project because it's cuter that way and because I have a very specific purpose for what I'm making here today, and you'll see what I mean in a bit. And the first thing we want to do is sew some scraps onto this batting using Quilt as you go. This isn't like those projects that we did a while back where we would make essentially fabric, so we added the scraps and then the curtain. This is scraps only. We're going to sew several scraps together and that's going to make our top layer. So we need to make sure that these are really nice and sewn together and that no, exterior corners or frayed edges are shown. So we pick one piece of fabric and then we just get another one on top of that and sew it in place. You can choose to cut off this fabric or leave it as is. For me, the rule is if this fabric is going to show through the top fabric, I remove it. If not, I just leave it be unless it's a really big chunk of fabric. So to me, this is fine. Now we don't need to do this straight, okay? We can do it wonky. I like it wonky personally. I think it works best. Then we find another, ideally that covers the whole area of the first fabrics. So you may want to go small to large with this one, just to make life easier for yourself. But it is not an absolute requirement, because if I want to get one fabric to cut through another one, I can easily do that, and quite frankly, it will look even better. The wonkier the pieces, the better for me. This is a dog ear that I have here for some reason. I swear guys, I'm this close to just chucking the whole thing off. I sometimes lose my patience with my scraps, and today is definitely one of them. Wait, here it is. I knew I'd seen it. Personally, I love this method because it's truly original. The odds of you ever making one exactly alike are slim to none, and that's precious as far as I'm concerned. Also, it's just, a really relaxed, laid-back way to sew. There isn't much concentration involved. I like wonky, what can I say? Those are my favorite bits. For some reason, strips always are, my biggest kind of scraps. I mean, yes, you have to pick the pieces that are the right fit, and that is a little bit more intentional than those super easygoing projects I've been making lately, but this is still free flow, still getting in the moment and letting your mind wander kind of project, and those have quickly become my absolute favorites. If you don't press and just keep adding more and more pieces, you completely lose sight of how much space you have left to fill. Cute, right? Let's do that. Everything looks better in purple as far as I'm concerned. Love it. This is a really cute fabric. I love this fabric, guys. So Mike and I are having a little bit of a debate here. He thinks that, cute parallel strips would be perfect, and I like to wonky things up. Are you Team Mike or Team Sandy? Let me know in the comments. I think we're like 90% there, pretty sure. I just don't want to stop doing this. I love this fabric. I bought this fabric in Bruges. I am all out of it. I hate it when that happens. I wish I could keep all my fabrics, just keep stocking them forever, particularly the ones I love, like this one. For this, you don't need to do just one layer and get done with it, okay? You can always add more. So if you like I'm going to do, you can add more fabrics to the corners or more strips all over. It really is up to you. Let me show you some things you can do, okay? But first, let's finish this. So as you can see, I am just adding one scrap on top of all the others I had already sewn, and that's fine. You can always change the direction and the shape of your scraps. As long as there aren't any seams showing, any raw edges, you're good. Can I just take a second to talk about this awesome sewing corner I've created? A little bit of paint, some shelving, some cute details, and it's like a completely different room, even though all we did was put the desk back in its original place. I love it how the sewing space is evolving, much like this channel, and I have to say it's been magical doing this with you. So thank you for doing this with me every week, for your support, your kind words. You have made it possible for me to do what I love for a living, and I am so very grateful. Guys, are you ready to see what we did? Let's turn. Wow, this is so cute. Okay guys, this is looking nice and colorful. I am very, very happy with this. Now we want to fold this in half and sew both ends together. And now we want to create some depth. Yes, this will be a cute, teeny tiny basket. So let's just go ahead and mark and cut 1 inch square off each corner. I know we are cutting what we've just sewn, but that's quilting for you. You just, cut the fabrics and then sew them back together. And now we just sew the corners shut, and here's our very cute bowl. Cute is this? Oh. Now we need to pick another fabric and cut a 6 by 10 inch rectangle of that fabric, and that's what we will use for the inside of our basket. And the whole reason why when we did Quilt As You Go with this tiny bowl we didn't use a backing fabric is because we want all these nasty seams to be completely hidden, and that's only possible if you use a second fabric and add it to the inside of your bowl. And essentially we are going to repeat all the steps we did for our quilted front. So we're going to fold the fabric in half, sew both sides, then draw an 1 inch square on each corner, and then we cut it, and then we sew these corners shut. If we were to do a basket, I would just place this tiny little fabric inside this quilted bowl, and then we would sew all around and turn it inside out, etc. But that's not what I'm making here, okay? Because I want to add a strip to the top of my bowl, and that means I'm ready to turn it inside out. What I have here is some real simple 100% cotton ribbon. You can use whatever ribbon you want, okay? This is actually what I use to make my labels, the labels for my Etsy shop. And this is what I'm going to do to trim the edge of our basket, as well as to add the loop that's going to hang off of. I'm going to start by sewing on the inside first, okay? So I'm just going to sew real close to the edge over here, all the way around. So this is what we have. You may want a larger strip to make life easier for yourself. So now we just turn it around again, and we are going to sew it on this side, okay? And that's it. Plus we need to add our loop, of course. I know that everything that's smaller is cuter, but this has to be the cutest little thing I've ever done. Guys, look at this. How cute is this? Oh, this is so perfect. Okay, what do I want it for? Take a look at this.